Welcome to Out for the Count TV. I'm delighted to be joined by Red Johnson. Red, how are you feeling, mate?
I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, all good, thanks. We're here at Bramall Lane. It's not been a fantastic season for us, has it?
Let's not talk about it. No, they're struggling, but they're still kicking. So
100%. Where do you think it's gone wrong for us this season?
I think it went wrong for us about 2 or 3 seasons ago, and I think it's just domino effect. It's just carried on, hasn't it? You know, financially it's not great, and you know, business transactions, when they said something's going to happen, then it ain't. But it's politics, isn't it? There's politics in every sport, and obviously it affects the performance on pitch. But we still get behind them, don't we?
Definitely. And obviously, you know, we're here for, you know, the weigh-in for your fight this Saturday. How are you feeling going into this fight?
Good. I'm feeling good. You know, it's always good when you've got on scales and then got off at scales. You know, now's the fun bit, the refueling bit. So yeah, it's just all focused on tomorrow now. We switched on, we're ready to go. My opponent were a bit heavier, which is fucking not a surprise, because every time I make weight bang on, they like to come in half a stone heavier. But you know, that doesn't really matter. We spar all shapes and sizes, so it's just about performing tomorrow.
Yeah. Obviously, it's another fight for yourself on GBM. Would you say this is probably the best GBM card that they've done so far?
I mean, I'd say so. I feel they've all been good, to be honest. I mean, as this might sound a bit like narcissistic, I don't know, but I don't really take much attention to everyone else who's on card. Obviously, I know who's on card, I know how they box and that, but obviously, you don't really take in too much attention of everything happening around you. You're just focusing on yourself. But you know, a couple of title fights on, Hughie Fury's on card, which is obviously a big name. So yeah, it's a good card.
Definitely. And you're up against Thomas Phelps. It's your first 6-rounder. How are you feeling for that step up in rounds? And you know, what have you done in preparation to sort of like you know, match that step up?
You know, I just listen to INGLE's, you know, Dom, Luca and Barry Awad, and they're telling me what to do, and they've slightly altered my training to the last couple of camps. You know, runs are a bit different, round sparring are a bit different, the timing, gym, things like that. But everything's gone to a tier, everything's gone to a plan, so it's just a case of listening tomorrow night, listening to what we've been working on in camp, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, you're fighting out at INGLE gym under Dom, Barry and Luca. Luca seems to be having more of an hands-on role nowadays. How would you describe him as a coach?
He's very good. You know, over the next 10 years, I think people are going to be really surprised. He's going to be one of the best trainers in the country. He's only a young kid. He's one of the best, and you know, obviously, you don't have to say anything about Dom. Dom's Dom. You know, the record speaks for itself. But Luca's going to be a very good coach in the future.
Can you see this sort of like being the start of the passing of the baton from Dom to Luca?
Maybe so. I mean, you know, Dom's still really involved in the gym, you know, but obviously it's that fresh blood, isn't it? He's bred into it, so it's good. You know, we've got these me, Subby and Brad at the gym, all pros, and you know, we're relatively new pros. We've only had all under 10 fights each, so you know, it's like the new era, and it's good. It's good to be a part of.
Definitely, it's definitely a fresh outlook on the gym. I noticed on social media you've been sparring with Neptali. You two seem to have quite a good relationship.
Yeah. Me and Nap are good friends, man. We're good friends. They're always good rounds. You know, he's awkward, I'm awkward. There's a weight difference, but no, it's good rounds. You know, sparring, like I say, we spar all shapes and sizes, and yeah, it's been good. I've been doing a little bit of sparring with Taz as well, who's making his debut. Good, strong kid. Me and Taz have sparred a few times over the years, so yeah, we've got some good rounds in this camp.
Yeah, and you know, how beneficial is it to be sparring lads that, you know, you're at similar stages in your career, you're fighting on the same platform? How beneficial is that?
Oh, really? Because obviously they're hungry for it like I am, and it's good. You know, they feel like they've got something to prove, as I feel like I've got something to prove. So it's good. We get some good tough rounds in, and that's what we all need at this stage in his careers.
And you know, I know your sole focus is going to have been on this card, this fight, but recently we've just had the MATCHROOM versus QUEENSBURY 5v5 card announced. What did you think of that, and how beneficial for the sport is it that, you know, you've got Frank and Eddie joining forces now?
It's a great idea. You know, people have been wanting it for years and years, haven't they? So it's money makes friends, and you know there's always been that, oh, they can't do it. Money makes friends and money speaks, and obviously now there's been money pumped into it from a source what's partial. You know, it's made it happen. And I feel like it's great for boxing. I feel like we should personally have more big cards back in Britain. Personally, I think that. I'm not a fan of all this happening in Saudi all the time and things like that, but you know, it's good. It's good as a boxing fantasy.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, obviously, you know, a lot of the big fights are going over to Saudi now. But do you think that that's a gap in the market for someone like Izzy and GBM to capitalise on that domestic market?
Oh, of course, 100%. It's you know, while it's being parted, it's time to move in, and that's what they're doing. So, you know, yeah, they keep pushing onwards, and that's what it's all about.
Brilliant. And while I've got you, if it's all right with you, we get some fight prediction for the cards. So, starting with the main event, Bivol versus Beterbiev.
Straight into deep end there. Beterbiev's a better boxer, but Bivol's got that dog in him, and I feel like if they can get through halfway, it's Beterbiev on points. That's what I'd edge towards right now.
And then we've got Dubois versus Ergovic.
Dubois.
Oh, yeah, I know that Dubois had a lot of question marks over his heart and stuff like that, but hopefully he can get through this fight.
You know, listen, I'm a Dubois fan. He's not this monster what everyone said, and I never thought he were, to be honest. I really rate him as an athlete, and I think he got pushed not straight into the deep end, but it was all of a sudden he had these C level class fighters, and then all of a sudden it was banging the A class fighters. There were no B level step up, and that's what caught him out. But I'm hoping he can rebuild on that. You know, Ergovic is an animal himself, but I feel like if he trains properly, uses his size and his strength, he'll be all right in that. I'm hoping so anyway.
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Then we've got Ray Ford versus Nick Ball. That's definitely going to be a brilliant fight. I'd probably say it could steal the show.
Yeah, I think I really want Ball to win, but at the minute, and this is going to be the fight where I change my mind all the time, but at the minute I think Ford.
Yeah, it's definitely a big ask.
I think he's just got them few extra moves in his arsenal. That's the only reason I'm edging towards him. But again, Nick Ball's a very good fighter, so you know, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I feel like that will steal the show.
Yeah, and then we've got obviously a fighter that Izzy rates highly, Hamza Shiraz. He's going up against Amo Williams. Who do you have winning that one?
I'm gonna go with Hamza Shiraz, but Amo Williams is a very good fighter. I feel like he was a bit overrated at first. I weren't a big fan of him, and then his last few fights he's really put pieces together and he showed his worth. But I think Shiraz is very good.
Yeah, and then Wilder versus Zhang. Where do you think that one's going to go?
I'm Team Big Bang Zhang. I am. He's an animal. I feel like Wilder will. If he can stay up past 3 rounds, I think Big Bang Zhang. He's tricky. He's southpaw. He hits fucking hard. So I'm Team Zhang.
Yeah. And finally, the last fight on the card: Willie Hutchinson versus Craig Richards.
Good fight. I think I've sparred Willie before. I think Willie's very good technically. Craig Richards is very big and strong, but you know, I'm going to head towards Willie.
Yeah, and just finally, before I let you go, I'm going to pass the mic to you, and you can tell the camera why people should be tuning into your fight Saturday night.
Check 1 2 1 2. No, you know I said yesterday at the conference. If you like rope jumping, face stumping, and sexy girl humping, you need to come, watch the show, tune into the show. Hopefully we're going to put a good performance on for you guys. Thank you to everyone that bought tickets, it means the world. Thank you for you guys, for your media outlet, you know, showing everyone what we're all about, it means a lot. I'll hopefully see you at next fight and I'll be 6-0.